And of course, this week, the National School Games, Term 1, are going down in Mombasa. And of course, this is what's birthing the next stars, be it rugby, football, hockey, name it. And of course, Otenga, this is your forte, the beat you cover. Basically, what's your expectation? This competition begin really basically today and then tomorrow action. What's your basically preview to this, because you've been on the beat all along?
It will not be an easy ride for the defending champions. Remember, in hockey, we have Tigoi Girls, the defending champions. We have Mosingu. And then in rugby, we have All Saints, that is rugby 15s. In handball, we have Moi Girls, Kamsinga, and then we have St. Luke's Kimilili. When you look at...
Actually, All Saints are the East African champions or runners-up?
They are the East African champions.
Actually, we hosted them here.
In rugby 15s.
Yeah, sure.
And you see, they're not going to have an easy ride in rugby 15s, mainly because when you look at Benson Mwenda, even when you side chat him, he's really worried of Vihiga High School. Because when you look at Vihiga... my home team. When you look at Vihiga High School, they've been losing by a very small margin to Butla in the regionals in the recent past, and they've not played All Saints. So Benson Mwenda is worried of them because he doesn't know them well, because he's used to playing Butla. Remember the season before, that is in 2023, Butla beat him in the final, and then he started them well. He revenged last year. So this time he's going against a new rival, a new team, a team that he doesn't know well. So it's going to be a very huge competition to Benson Mwenda. There is also Bwake Boys, the national rugby sevens defending champions. They've also showed what they can do, and they'll be equally a worthy competitor. When you look at some of the rivals I expect in these school games, when it comes to handball girls, we have the defending champions, Moi Girls Kamsinga, going up against the former champions, that is St. Joseph's Kitale. I remember in Eldoret in 2023, St. Joseph's Kitale beat Moi Girls Kamsinga 16-15, and that was a very blockbusting final. We also hope to see the same this year. When you come to the likes of basketball, actually, basketball girls, Butere girls will be looking to lift the national trophy the third time consecutively. But the other side, Kayatiwi, the former champions. Actually, I was talking to the coach, Philip Onyango, and he was saying that he doesn't lose the title 3 times consecutively. He was beaten in 2022, he was beaten in 2023, and... So
basically it's like they're in their backyard at the coast.
They're in their backyard.
And he's aiming to retain it, to reclaim the title.
He's aiming to reclaim the title, and the weather is basically on their side. So he may use that opportunity to make sure that he reclaims back that title. So it is going to be a very stiff competition. We expect, remember, last year only 2 defending champions defended their titles. So this year, we may also see surprises.
Is it real quick before we go to Shitera, who is in Mombasa? I know you wasted your talent in high school.
I did very well. I think it's going to be a stiff competition, because last year we saw a lot of new champions coming in. So we expect a lot, and we expect new, because at the end of it, we are in Mombasa. And you know, Mombasa, the climate is not favoring people from us from Kechire. Kechire, you know, it is very, in Nandi, it is very cold. So we hope, and all the teams will do well. So all the best to all the school games teams.
And of course, talking of school games, our very own Steve Shitera Kwisha Tour, Jijini, Mombasa. Steve, a very good morning to you down at the coast. How are things down there?
Good morning, Swila, together with your panel of eminent analysts. Remember, the teams have just landed in Mombasa. I have also landed in Mombasa. I have not yet got an opportunity to enjoy the coastal breeze, because the task ahead is a Herculean one, because we have to bring you what is happening here at the coast. Remember, this is what is bringing up the talents you've been talking about in the national teams. Talk of the basketball, hockey, rugby. Kazi inaanza mashinani na wanasema kwamba samaki mkunja angali mbichi. Akishakauka nafikiri ukijaribu kumkunja atavunjika. So that is what is happening here at the coast. Term 1 Kenya Secondary School games. They'll be happening in 3 venues, basically because of the preliminary stages at Shimolatewa High School, Mamangina, and Shanzu Teachers College, which seems to be the main venue at the end of it. The disciplines, we have basketball, hockey, handball, and rugby. And as Otenga rightly put it, I can predict that the finals, if they will not meet before the finals, I think it will be Vihiga High School and the defending champions in rugby, who are All Saints from Eastern. This is a team from Isia's backyard. And I think as Otenga tried to analyze, yes, it will be a challenging situation for All Saints, but again, they have showed that they are equal and up to the task by beating Butula, who have been dominating this discipline. So, yes, Vihiga is a threat, but again, I'm 100% sure that all these boys in their capabilities, and we are waiting to see a very tough competition between these two teams. In basketball, we have Dagoretti from Nairobi. I foresee another one from Friends School, Kamusinga from Western, and Laser Hill from Rift Valley. We also have Sawagongo from Nyanza. Hockey, handball, all these disciplines are coming up for competition, and all this information I'll be breaking it down and giving it to you as it happens at the coastal city of Mombasa. But in a nutshell, the weather is conducive to all the teams. Remember, it's raining down here at the coast, so no excuse that a certain team, let's say Serrani from the coast, has beaten us because the weather has been conducive to them. The weather is as good as it is in Nairobi. It's as good as it is in Kisumu because it's raining, the temperatures are low. I can say the temperatures at around 23, 25, so to speak. So I think if we talk about the weather, any team from anywhere in the Republic should be able to win it fairly, not blaming the weather. So we are looking up a very competitive competition here at the coast. And as I said, all this information, I'll be breaking it down and delivering to you as it happens, Twila.
Absolutely. Steve Shitera there joining us live via phone from the coastal city of Mombasa. And of course, you can make a date with him on our platforms, Radio Citizen, Citizen TV, and of course, also on social media, alongside Mark Mutuku, who will be on this beat. Of course, the competition going down for an entire week. The curtains will fold on Saturday. Jacob, your thoughts on the school games before we move on to the next?
I think I don't want to belabor the points that Otenga and Shitera have ably pointed out. It's going to be a lot of competition. I don't know why Otenga was not magnanimous enough to mention where all Saints come from when he was mentioning where else they come from. But basically, but anyway, I talked to Mwalimu Irungu of Highway handball. You know, he beat Bunyasi's Hospital Hill. And for a long time, Hospital Hill has been dominating. And I think he was telling me that Bunyasi was crestfallen after that defeat. Now, there's going to be a very big test. I know Highway have been known for football, of course, with their Beldin. But this time around, they're trying something in handball. One message that I always emphasize whenever I talk about school games and teachers and what we're doing at the Nationals and the East Africa is that we must consider bringing teachers close when it comes to federations. I even propose that we need to have maybe one seat reserved for, like the way we have NEC members, for example, in the FKEF, for teachers, because the conduit, the main conduit between our national teams, from the junior ones to the senior one, is school games. And therefore, we want to see a lot of cooperation. For example, we're talking about the under-20 that is going to represent us in the African Cup of Nations.
They are from school games.
They are from school games, those boys.
17.
At 17, the junior, the junior starlets. Therefore, we need to see teachers being brought close to some of these federations so that we see seamless, flow of talent from the school going to the clubs and even to the national teams.
Barry, 30 seconds.
Swila, let me support Isia. In rugby, by any chance, if All Saints manage to beat Upper Hill, I can see they are pulled in the same pool with Upper Hill and Mangu High School. By any chance, if they manage to beat, I believe they are going all the way.
So for you, that's the group.
Don't rub off Mangu.
That's why I said.
Mangu.
That's why I said if by any chance All Saints beats Mangu and Upper Hill.
So those are your favorites.
Yes.
And Sila, just before, I would like to support this here, and we have to sing this song until the federations hear us out, because the school games have turned out to churn out talents. In volleyball, we have now Farida Boke and Malin Terry Tata with KCB in African Club Championship. They just completed Form 4 last year. In basketball, we have some of the actually MVP now. It's she's at Strathmore Blades and other many players. So school games should be taken seriously by the federations. We should have teachers at the table making decisions to ensure that there is smoothness transition as we grow this talent.
And Sila, you cannot talk about school games and forget to talk about Sude. I know you're from there, Kisumu Day.
We shall talk about Kisumu Day second term.
And of course now, to the question of the day, we are asking you, which schools are you rooting for at the national Term 1 school games? Which schools are you supporting, or rather rooting for to do well in the national Term 1 school games, which begin in Mombasa today? And of course, that action will be going all the way to Saturday. And we want to hear your thoughts because you are a very important audience or stakeholder in this show. 22422, you can text there. We are also on social media. You can X me at Isaac Swila or at ZenTV Kenya, and we will be sampling your feedback at the tail end of the program. For the youngsters, we wish you well as the competitions begin. And now, let's do things a little bit differently. And now we are engaging the German football, Bundesliga. Of course, action continued the weekend, and we have massive fight in the Champions League. The Bavarians, they face Inter Milan. How ready are they? Lots of injuries for coach Vincent Kompany. Will he be able to navigate that? Jacob Isia is ready for that segment, and today he's joined by his not namesake, rather, Josephat Charo, all the way from Bonn, Germany. That's Deutsche Welle, who are our partner television station. Jacob, take it away.